Arriving in the quiet residential pockets of Ahmedabad, India, you immediately sense how the region's intense sunlight and warm climate shape its built environment. Here, andblack Design Studio, under the leadership of architect Jwalant Mahadevwala, has crafted the House of Green Court, a 9,910 square foot residence designed specifically for a three-generational family. The architecture takes its cues from the time-tested traditional Indian courtyard typology, reimagining it as a modern sanctuary that balances lively communal gatherings with quiet, individualized retreats. As we begin our tour, notice how the building's tactile palette of exposed red brick, raw concrete, and warm timber immediately grounds the home in its local context. Climatic responsiveness isn't just an afterthought here. It drives every architectural move, establishing a living environment where indoor comfort and outdoor green spaces exist in effortless, continuous dialogue. Approaching the street entrance, the house makes a subtle yet confident first impression behind a screen of rich wooden slats and a sleek charcoal steel gate structure. A carved stone plaque bearing the house's name, Devalayam, rests softly against a textured boundary wall, welcoming family and guests beneath the shade of mature neighborhood trees. Above the entrance canopy, the upper stories of the residence begin to reveal themselves in a gentle composition of stacked horizontal concrete slabs and brick-clad volumes. Deep overhangs project outward to cast soothing shadows, offering a glimpse of the thoughtful sun shading strategies that define the entire home. Stepping around into the private garden, the full elevation of the home unfolds in a sweeping display of geometric balance and materiality. The grounded lower level features large sandstone-finished panels and expansive glass sliders that open completely onto a manicured green lawn. Above, the second level projects outward with bold concrete cantilevered roofs and continuous timber-railed balconies. These shaded outdoor decks allow family members across generations to step outside into fresh air while staying protected from the intense heat of the afternoon sun. Looking up along the exterior facade, you really appreciate how the tactile contrast between materials brings the home's structure to life. Earthy red bricks laid in meticulous courses form warm, solid enclosures for the private upper rooms, creating a grounded counterpart to the crisp, raw concrete slabs. The warm teak wood railings that run along the balcony edges soften the building's geometry, creating an inviting edge where the interior living zones meet the open sky. Sunlight glides across these surfaces throughout the day, constantly changing the texture and shadow play of the building. Framed against the brilliant blue sky, the architectural cantilever of the upper roof plane projects dramatically over the terrace below. The underside of the concrete ceiling remains exposed, showcasing the clean craft of formwork and reinforcing the home's honest structural identity. Integrated planter boxes overflow with lush greenery along the wooden balcony rail, introducing soft, organic textures against the crisp, geometric lines of brick and concrete. It's a design choice that intentionally blurs the threshold between the house and nature at every vertical level. Moving down closer to the garden lawn, the ground floor living spaces extend almost seamlessly out to meet the grass. Full-height sliding glass doors dissolve the traditional barrier between inside and outside, allowing cooling breezes to drift across the floorboards. Sheltered by the heavy concrete overhang above, This shaded edge provides a comfortable spot to sit and look out over the garden during warmer hours. The shadows cast by nearby trees paint dynamic, shifting patterns across the smooth stone deck and exterior walls. Walking further along the perimeter of the lawn, the sheer length of the residence becomes apparent as it stretches gracefully alongside the verdant garden. The lower level operates as a continuous shaded plinth, anchored by light-toned stone cladding and generous glazed openings. The relationship between the manicured grass and the cantilevered upper floor creates a generous microclimate around the perimeter. It's easy to picture the family gathering out here during cooler evenings as the sun dips low and the building's warm brick accents catch the golden light. Nestled along one corner of the garden, a secluded landscaped alcove brings dense tropical planting right up against the house. Wild palms and leafy shrubs flourish beside a floating concrete beam frame and a perforated brick jolly wall that hints at hidden courtyard spaces beyond. This layered assembly of greenery, open brickwork, and timber louvers serves a dual purpose. It provides privacy from neighboring views while allowing wind to pass freely through the structure, naturally cooling the air before it reaches the interior rooms. Pausing beside the smooth sandstone wall of the lower floor, the interplay of light and shade becomes an architectural feature in its own right. The crisp silhouette of a nearby tree is projected onto the pale stone surface, creating a living mural that changes with every passing hour. Directly above, a volume clad in rich red brick rests solidly on the concrete beamline, showing how different generations' quarters are visually distinguished through material shifts. It's a quiet moment that highlights the poetic relationship between the home and its natural surroundings. Glancing into a side lightwell nook, you catch a glimpse of the building's intricate rainwater and ventilation detailing. A slender metallic rain chain hangs down adjacent to an exposed brick wall, designed to guide monsoon waters gracefully down into a collection basin below. Beside it, a vertical terracotta brick jolly screen filters incoming light into a warm, dappled glow. Heavy concrete structural beams span overhead, bridging the distinct wings of the residence and framing geometric cuts of clear sky. Following a paved stone path around the courtyard perimeter, the architecture guides you along a covered outdoor passage flanked by rich brickwork. A potted indoor tree sits quietly in a recessed corner, bringing a piece of the garden into the transition between living zones. Through the floor-to-ceiling glass paneling on the left, you can look straight through into the heart of the family dining area. This high visual transparency keeps family members connected to one another, even when they are in different wings of the home. Stepping onto an open courtyard deck, custom sculptural wooden chairs with organic, sweeping curves sit surrounded by lush tropical palms. The dark-tiled floor provides a cool, tactile surface underfoot, while the perforated brick jolly wall in the background filters breeze and soft daylight. This pocket outdoor space acts as a cozy nook for morning tea or quiet reading. The surrounding concrete structural frame overhead casts protective shade over the seating area, keeping it comfortable even during hot Gujarat afternoons. Moving back under the shelter of the main porch, Deep gray stone tiles stretch beneath a broad concrete ceiling slab. Rich teak wood doors and floor-to-ceiling glass panels frame views into the interior living spaces, creating a warm and welcoming threshold. The deep recessed entry shields the interior from direct solar heat gain while preserving unobstructed views out to the lawn. It's a classic example of how climatic responsiveness is woven directly into the spatial flow of the house. Entering the main arrival gallery, your eyes are immediately drawn to the stunning floor beneath your feet. Polished white marble inlaid with a rhythmic grid of dark triangular stone accents. To the right, a textured red brick wall runs the entire length of the corridor, featuring a bespoke curved wooden storage bench that floats effortlessly against the masonry. At the far end of the gallery, a porous brick jolly screen diffuses incoming sunlight into soft geometric patterns across the floor. The combination of cool marble, warm brick, and tailored woodwork establishes a serene, tactile entrance sequence. Turning toward the main entryway, a grand, custom wooden pivot door makes a striking statement. Its surface is crafted with an intricate pixelated grid pattern of inset brass and gold tiles that shimmer as they catch the soft sunlight streaming in from side glass panels. A contemporary floating console cabinet with playful blue curved cutouts sits against the crisp white wall, adding a touch of modern artistic flair to the arrival hall. The reflective, polished marble floor catches every detail, amplifying the sense of light and space. Stepping past the entry door into the main foyer, the house opens up into a sweeping vista of interconnected spaces. Warm wooden ceiling panels overhead extend deeper into the plan, guiding your eyes past a glass-enclosed mandir toward the light-filled central courtyard. In the foreground, a large carved stone sphere rests on a bed of reddish gravel among lush green foliage, acting as a grounding artistic element. The seamless floor finish creates a fluid transition from the entrance right into the communal heart of the residence. Looking across the central courtyard atrium, the serene presence of a seated Buddha sculpture creates a calm, meditative focus amidst dense tropical palms. Positioned within a raised marble planter filled with red gravel, the greenery thrives directly beneath a double-height skylight cut into the roof. Behind the plant display, a full-height porous gray concrete block jolly screen serves as a dramatic backdrop, while allowing air to circulate freely across the home's central spine. To the right, warm wooden paneling and brass vertical rods frame the rising staircase. Stepping into the double-height central courtyard atrium, you realize this is the true heart of the home. The raised courtyard garden basin sits centrally on the polished marble floor, bringing nature right into the core of daily family life. On one side, a grand floating wooden staircase rises alongside a brass vertical rod balustrade, connecting the ground floor communal zones with the private family quarters on the upper level. Glazed sliding doors beyond reveal the formal dining area opening out to the garden. Looking up through the central courtyard volume, the space feels remarkably expansive and filled with light. A spectacular custom pendant light installation, crafted from sweeping, ribbon-like white fabric bands, hangs dramatically down through the double-height opening. The upper-level gallery walkway wraps around the courtyard void with glass balustrades and wooden handrails, creating strong visual connections between all three levels of the multi-generational household. Looking straight up into the light-well void, the artful lighting sculpture resembles a floating cloud suspended in midair. Its organic curves contrast beautifully with the crisp, rectangular geometry of the surrounding wooden ceiling framing and skylight above. Slender vertical brass rods line the upper gallery railing, filtering the light and casting subtle linear shadows down into the garden atrium below. It's a breathtaking vertical focal point that ties the entire house together. Zooming in on the staircase design, the craftsmanship of the warm teak wood steps becomes immediately apparent. The lower treads extend outward into wide, solid timber platforms that double as low display ledges for art objects and potted bonsai plants. Above the solid wood base, open riser wooden steps transition upward along a steel stringer, maintaining a sense of lightness and transparency. Slender floor-to-ceiling brass rods form an elegant vertical screen that safety guards the stair while letting light filter through freely. Moving from the central atrium corridor toward the formal living room, sliding glass and metal mesh doors allow for flexible spatial privacy. When pulled open, the gray marble floor flows uninterrupted from the hall into the lounge. Inside, a luxurious deep green velvet sofa, anchored against a neutral wall, invites relaxation. A large horizontal canvas painting on the far wall introduces warm golden and azure hues, echoing the surrounding material palette. Inside the formal living room, an impressive wall of raw, cast-in-place concrete panels adds a cool, industrial sophistication to the space. Full-height glass sliding doors look out onto the green front lawn, flooding the room with gentle, natural light. Plush green velvet sofas and rich leather armchairs cluster around a pair of faceted, geometric wooden coffee tables on a subtle textured rug. Overhead, a sculpted organic wooden ceiling light fixture glows softly, casting a warm ambiance over evening gatherings. Stepping back outside to view the courtyard wing exterior, exposed red brick masonry forms a solid upper story that cantilevers over a shaded ground floor patio. Slender steel columns support the extended concrete beam overhead, framing views of lush garden planting along the property line. A traditional-style outdoor swing suspended on the patio offers a relaxing spot to catch the breeze. The layered architecture provides effective thermal mass, keeping the interior rooms behind these walls cool throughout the heat of the day. Looking through a decorative screened partition, warm light draws your eye deeper into the family living quarters. The geometric metal and wood screen creates a subtle visual buffer without shutting off light or conversation between adjoining rooms. Beyond the partition, warm timber ceiling paneling and polished gray marble floors create a cozy, luxurious environment for family relaxation. High windows cast soft light across tailored drapery and comfortable sofa seating. Transitioning between the covered outdoor patio and the interior dining space, dark gray stone outdoor floor tiles give way to polished gray indoor marble. A thick, exposed brick wall corner grounds the structural transition, showcasing the precise brickwork craftsmanship. An organic, sculpted wooden armchair sits gracefully at the threshold, offering a contemplative seat that bridges the gap between indoors and the shaded courtyard garden outside. Entering the open-plan dining room, the space is dominated by a breathtaking custom dining table. The tabletop features a stunning slab of natural green and gold-veined marble with rustic live edges, resting on curved, sculpted wooden base legs. Overhead, a striking brass fin light fixture hangs suspended beneath white ceiling panels, illuminating the table setting below. Expansive sliding glass walls frame lush views of the exterior garden, creating a scenic backdrop for family meals. Standing at the head of the dining room, looking back toward the core of the house, you get a clear sense of the home's open, fluid spatial layout. The dining area flows effortlessly past transparent glass partitions into the central courtyard garden and main entryway. Rich leather dining chairs tucked around the marble table add warm, earthy tones that complement the surrounding teak wood paneling. The visual continuity across spaces allows family members to stay connected, whether cooking, dining, or relaxing in the courtyard. Ascending the wooden staircase toward the first floor, the view looking upward reveals how daylight streams down from the double-height volume above. Glass balustrades with warm wooden handrails line the stair run, creating an open and airy ascending experience. Suspended from the ceiling, a contemporary fabric pendant light with dark graphic brushstrokes floats gently over the stairwell. Slender brass rods line the landing gallery above, creating dynamic geometric shadows as you climb. Reaching the first floor hallway gallery, a full-height breeze wall constructed from porous concrete blocks runs alongside the walkway. Daylight filters through the intricate grid of square openings, casting a captivating pattern of light and shadow across the polished marble floor. Warm wood-paneled walls line the opposite side of the corridor, concealing private bedroom entrances. This shaded, ventilated gallery acts as a comfortable thermal buffer zone for the upper living quarters. Walking along the upper floor gallery overlooking the central courtyard atrium, you are positioned right beside the dramatic hanging ribbon sculpture. Glass railing panels topped with smooth teak wood handrails provide clear views down to the green garden sanctuary on the ground level below. Directly above, a high skylight well, framed with natural bamboo slats, bathes the entire central core in soft, diffused sunlight. It's a serene, elevated vantage point that highlights the vertical connectivity of the home. Stepping into one of the private upper-level bedroom lounges, an accent wall of raw, exposed concrete paneling creates a minimalist, modern backdrop. Floor-to-ceiling sliding glass doors open onto a private, covered balcony overlooking the surrounding tree canopy. Warm wooden cabinetry and a sculptural curved wash basin unit add tactile warmth to the room. A sleek black accent armchair sits by the window, offering a quiet corner for morning coffee while taking in the fresh air. Stepping out onto the broad upper terrace balcony, deep gray stone tiles extend beneath a wide cantilevered concrete roof overhang. Low-slung woven lounge chairs and a dark wooden coffee table create a relaxed outdoor living room high above the main lawn. Potted tropical plants line the timber balcony railing, creating a green framing for views out over the surrounding neighborhood trees. The deep ceiling shelter keeps this elevated terrace usable even during sunny midday hours. Moving into one of the ensuite washrooms, the design introduces a vibrant play of color and organic form. A sweeping wave graphic in deep ocean blue is rendered against smooth white wall surfaces, artfully framing a backlit circular mirror. An elegant vessel sink sits atop a curved olive green vanity unit with warm wood accents, paired with a playful red branch-like towel stand. It's a joyful, personalized space that reflects the creative spirit of the home's interior design. Examining the site roof plan drawing, you get a clear macro-level understanding of how the residence sits within its plot. The drawing shows the building's upper roof outlines, cantilevered overhangs, open-air terrace cutouts, and surrounding garden boundaries. This plan highlights the strategic orientation of the building masses, designed to maximize north-south breezes while shielding the primary living areas from intense western sun exposure. The ground floor architectural plan clearly details the layout of the home's public and communal spaces. It shows the generous car parking porch leading into the formal entrance foyer, mandir, and formal living room on the left. At the center sits the open-air internal courtyard and passage, flanked by the expansive family lounge, dining room, kitchen, and ground floor master and guest bedrooms, all seamlessly opening out onto the sprawling private lawn and decks. The first floor architectural plan illustrates the layout of the private family bedrooms and retreats. Individual bedroom suites for the family's daughters and master quarters are arranged around the open central courtyard void. Each bedroom suite features dedicated walk-in closets, spacious washrooms, and direct access to private shaded balconies and terraces, ensuring optimal privacy for family members across generations. The second floor and terrace plan reveals the top tier of the residence. It details a dedicated home theater room and washroom surrounded by an extensive open-air terrace garden. This upper level serves as an entertainment and leisure hub, offering panoramic views across the lush green canopy of the site, while accommodating solar panel arrays on the higher roof plane. Finally, the front elevation and architectural cross-section drawing visually synthesizes the vertical organization of the House of Green Court. The section clearly illustrates the central double-height courtyard core acting as a thermal chimney and light conduit through the middle of the house. The drawing highlights how the layered concrete slabs, exposed brick volumes, deep balconies, and mature surrounding trees work together in structural and climatic harmony to form a timeless, multi-generational family home. As our journey through the House of Green Court comes to an end, it becomes clear how architect Jwalant Mahadevwala and the team at andblack Design Studio have crafted far more than just a spacious home. By modernizing the traditional Indian courtyard typology, they have created a living sanctuary that honors both climate and culture, giving a three-generational family the freedom to connect in light-filled communal hubs while enjoying private, peaceful retreats. From the tactile warmth of exposed brick and teak wood to the cool strength of concrete and marble, every detail in this 9,910 square foot residence responds to its Ahmedabad setting with sensitivity and elegance. Captured through the thoughtful lens of Ishita Sitwalla, the house stands as a beautiful testament to how contemporary architecture can seamlessly marry indoor comfort with the healing beauty of green spaces.